Hello and welcome. High Court Judge Howard Pemba has set August 6 to give his ruling on submissions made by claimant and defendants in the case in which the Malawi Congress Party MCP is being challenged for barring newcomers from contesting for positions in its National Executive Committee NEC. Presenting his arguments, Kumbo Soko, who is representing the complainant, Ed Banda, told the court to nullify a resolution by the party that only members who have been in the party for at least 2 years and have held a position within the party are eligible to contest for a position in the NEC. Soko insists the decision is not consistent with the MCP Constitution and the Political Parties Act, hence moving the courts for interpretation. Kumbo explains.
During the MCP's February 28, 2024 meeting, National Executive Committee resolved to bar members who have held no position or have served less than 2 years from contesting. According to the claimant's lawyer Kumbo Soko, the resolution should be nullified because it is not consistent with the party's constitution, let alone the Political Parties Act.
The convention doesn't start until the 8th, so that will give us about 2 days to make sense of what the court will say. It's plenty of time. I'm sure that MCP is a law-abiding party. If the judgment is in our favor, I'm sure that they'll find ways of complying with it.
But counsel representing the defendant, Abson Chitukula, argues the party has dispute resolution mechanisms which the claimant failed to exploit, asking the court to dismiss the case. Among others, Chitukula said the claimant, Eddie Banda, is not a member of the party and that the courts cannot competently handle the issue at hand, as it is political in nature.
No, I can just confirm what you've narrated, that the parties have made submissions before the court, and it's now up to the court to make a decision. So, in respect of the defendant, the Malawi Congress Party, basically had the 4 arguments to make in defense. The first one being that the matters that are before the court are fundamentally political and have to be resolved through the political process.
This comes just days before MCP's elective convention, scheduled to take place from 8th to 10th August. The outcome of the case is expected to have significant implications on the party's future.
The Ministry of Agriculture says it is close to awarding contracts to suppliers for the 2024 Affordable Inputs Program, AIP, one of the final steps before rolling out this year's program. Speaking during a civil society dialogue on AIP and mega farms, Minister Sam Kawale said the suppliers have already been identified and the ministry has just completed the final physical inspection. Without disclosing the exact rollout timeline, he expressed optimism that the distribution of inputs for this year's program will start on time. Innocent Kumchedwa has filed this report.
Minister of Agriculture Sam Kawale says the ministry has undertaken important steps before the rolling out of this year's Affordable Inputs Program. In the meantime, it has just completed final inspection of the suppliers. The minister says there will be a shift of focus for this year's program as all unproductive farmers, such as the elderly, those with disabilities, will be permanently removed from the program and be put on social cash transfer.
Well, the Minister of Agriculture this morning met members of civil society organizations that specifically focus on the agriculture sector to share information of what the ministry is doing in its reforms across different programs that we have to help the country achieve Malawi's Vision 2063, specifically pillar number 1, a little bit quicker. Not only just discussing what we are doing, but also ensuring that they come on board, because the journey towards the success of implementation of MIP1 does not only lie in the hands of government, but every person and every organization is supposed to take part of it. Now, during this discussion, we explained that we are going through a process of properly identifying productive farmers in Malawi by establishing or studying a program which is called NAMIS.
Oxfam Malawi Country Director Lingalireni Mihoa is pleased with the dialogue, stating it has given a clear update on the reforms the ministry is undertaking.
We favor the targeting reforms that have been done because this has enabled us to move towards not just consumption program but also productive. So the minister was able to elaborate on the people that will remain on the social protection program, the people that will be targeted under the AIP, but also the people that will go towards the public works program, and also the people that are going to move towards commercial agriculture. That is important because I think one of the critiques that had been made about the IP program was that it was targeting people that were not even able to produce the required amount of food for them to be food secure. And then there was also double spending on the part of government because there will be the same people that will be under the lean season response.
In less than 2 months, farmers will start preparing their gardens for next harvest. Their hope is that they will get the inputs on time this year.
The Academy of Sciences says the establishment of the institution, consisting of top scientists in the country, is a key milestone in dealing with the technological changes in the world, which will also help to shape proper policies. The Academy Secretary General Dr. Elizabeth Blanderson made the remarks in Lilongwe, where scientists from the Academy were meeting with the purpose of outlining and planning activities for the Academy, as well as approving their strategic plan.
The Academy of Sciences in Malawi is the youngest baby, I would say, in the world. The motherboard of the Academy of Sciences is called the World Academy of Sciences, and the oldest Academy of Sciences is 150 years old. So you'd only understand why we are doing it in Malawi now. It means we should have done it a long time ago. So the activities that we are trying to outline is to make sure that we bring all scientists with different expertise in different areas together so that we can bring up, we can do research that is evidence-based and be able to inform policy that is evidence-based. We don't just want to sit and say, do this and do that. And when it comes to scientific innovations, all those have to have direction. So when we're innovating something as scientists, if I'm talking about basic sciences, I'll have to make sure that my innovation is good enough for the people, to help people, not just me as a scientist. So what this academy does is to bring all those scientists together and innovate those things and see how best are we doing this for the development of our country. But I also want to outline that the science that we're talking about, because when you talk about science, people only think science as mathematics, physics, biology, and chemistry maybe. But when we're talking about science here, we are being inclusive of social sciences and humanities. You'll be surprised to know that art is also science. So what we're trying to do is to bring together all these scientists together, including those who are classified as artists, but I do take artists as scientists as well, so that we can be inclusive in what we're trying to do for our country in terms of scientific advice.
National Commission for Science and Technology Director General Gift Katamira says the country needs all the help it can get to improve technologically, hence embracing the Academy of Sciences.
The National Commission for Science and Technology has a mandate of advising the government and all its stakeholders on issues to do with research, science, technology, and innovation. And now we have this Academy of Science, which is a network of maybe researchers and scientists in Malawi. And again, its other mandate or function is to advise the government on policy making issues on science, technology, and innovation matters. So that's where we are linked in. And in Malawi, at the moment, we are the ones that are hosting the Academy of Sciences. You see that this is like a network of scientists, top scientists in the country, maybe coming from the R&D sector, research and development sector, from the universities, as you may have maybe heard from the introductions. So you see that this is the crew, the people that are doing research, that will do research that is maybe aligned to our Malawi 2063 through the national research agenda that we have in the Commission to solve our societal challenges. So this is how important it is, so that we have the cream doing research, solving our societal challenges, and impacting our socio-economic development.
The National Registration Bureau NRB says it will not stop registration of young people aged 16 years. This is in line with the National Registration Law of the country. Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Homeland Security, responsible for NRB, Mphatso Sambo, said this on the sidelines of a press briefing held in Lilongwe to give updates on different citizen registration exercises NRB is undertaking. There have been concerns from some quarters in the country that NRB is registering people under the age of 18 to allow them to register for voting in 2025 tripartite elections. But Nsambo said the National Registration Act allows registration of people aged 16 and above. He added that MEC will not register for voting anyone under 18 years. John Paul Kayuni caught up with Nsambo.
The mandate for the National Registration Bureau, according to the National Registration Act of 2010, is to manage, implement, coordinate the national registration and the identification system. This is the system that registers all the births to issue birth certificates, that registers all the deaths to issue death certificate, but also we register those who are 16 years and above. These people are eligible to have a national identity card, and we register those to issue a national identity card. We will soon, very soon, we are starting the marriage registration, and it's the same institution that is mandated to register marriages.
Some shareholders have asked Nico Group Holdings PLC to invest in agriculture, tourism and mining in order to broaden the company's sources of revenue. One of the shareholders, Frank Harawa, told journalists after the company's annual general meeting in Blantyre that as the economy continues to face various challenges, there is a need to explore new business opportunities. Board chairperson of Nico Group, Gafar Hassam, hopes the company will remain focused in its operations, boasting of posting 59 billion kwacha after tax profit in 2023. Hassam explains.
We, as Nico Holdings, have had a wonderful year, and this is on the back of challenging economic circumstances, not only locally, but globally. The whole world is facing challenges, but despite those challenges, the Nico Group has performed exceptionally well. As you have seen, its profits grew by 60% to 59.1 billion kwacha. And also in terms of rewarding our shareholders, we increased our dividends to 10.2 billion in terms of the dividend that has been paid to our shareholders. So really a fantastic year, and well done to the management teams and the staff. And we can attribute that performance because of the service that we give to our clients. We have got very passionate and dedicated staff within the whole Nico Holdings Group. You're talking of NBS Bank, the insurance companies, Aries Properties, Icon, and all the companies that are in the family of Nico Group have performed well to make sure that this is a good result for 2023.
You're watching the news on Zodiac with me, Happy Mzembe. We'll be back after this break.
Life moves fast, and so should your packages. Say goodbye to waiting and hello to convenience with Post Courier, your go-to courier service. When you choose Post Courier, you're choosing speed, reliability, and peace of mind. I can always count on Post Courier for quick and safe deliveries. They never let me down.
The Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs, through Department of Accountant General, would like to notify the general public and all government suppliers of goods and services that it has changed the design of the Proof of Payment, POP, for payments that are processed through the Integrated Financial Management Information System, IFMIS. The change, which came into effect from 9th July 2024, follows enhancements which have been made in the IFMIS with a view to improve on-payment efficiency and the broader aspect of public financial management in government. The old POP will continue being in use until 31 October 2024, but only for payments which were made before 9th July 2024. The general public and all government suppliers are therefore called upon to take note of the change.
It's 10 years of Inkosi Yamakosi Mberwa 5's reign. And for the first time in history, the king of the Zulu nation of South Africa is visiting Malawi. The Mzimba Heritage Association, Mziha, with direction from the Mberwa Chiefs Council, invites you all to a double celebration on the 3rd of August 2024, when the host of Umteto Cultural Festival, His Majesty Inkosi Yamakosi Mberwa V, will also celebrate his 10 years on the throne. To grace the occasion and to visit Malawi for the first time, His Majesty Misuzulu Kazwelithini, King of the Zulu nation, accompanying the Zulu monarch, shall be the Amakosi, the royal family, senior government officials, and over 1,000 Amabutu.
Welcome. The People's Development Party (PDP) has announced that it will hold its elective convention from September 13 to 14 this year in Blantyre, with all positions, including the presidency, being open for contest. Party spokesperson Rhodes Msonko made the announcement at a press briefing held in Lilongwe this morning. George Kalungwe reports.
The PDP spokesperson said the party has put 1.5 million kwacha as nomination fees for the position of president and 1.3 million kwacha for the presidency. He said the party has put affordable nomination fees to allow more people, especially women and the youth, to contest for positions.
Our convention is scheduled for 13th and 14th September this year. That's 2024. And talking about positions that are up for grabs. We're talking about all positions, starting from the president, the rest of the positions that we have. We have a number of positions, almost over 50, and all those positions will be contested for. And there are no restrictions whatsoever. Whoever wants to compete on any position, those people are welcome to do so.
PDP was formed by former leader of opposition in parliament, Kondwani Nankhumwa, after he was expelled from the Democratic Progressive Party, DPP. George Kalungwe, Zodiac, Lilongwe.
As the Umteto Festival is set to start in Mzimba on Thursday, FDH Bank has bankrolled 15 million kwacha towards this year's cultural event, with hope to promote cultural heritage and diversity in the country. The bank's head of marketing, Levi Nkhani, says being a homegrown bank, they decided to support because cultural festivals are vital in national development. Christopher Sande reports.
The Umteto Cultural Festival is back again this year with a special focus on issues of climate change and celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Inkosi Yamakosi Mberwa the 5th. As we speak, FDH Bank has donated 15 million kwacha towards the event. Levi Nkhani is the bank's head of marketing.
FDH Bank PLC is a homegrown bank and therefore looks at culture as a very important vehicle for fostering and promoting national development. As you are aware, in any country we need cultural diversity, but also we need to protect the cultural heritage of various people.
Chairperson of the fundraising committee, Sangwani Hara, has thanked the bank for the financial assistance, saying they require over 156 million kwacha to hold the event.
We are very grateful to FDH Bank. We are organizing a very big event which will draw people not only from Malawi but from surrounding countries as well. This is why we appeal to well-wishers to assist us with financial support. And amongst those well-wishers that were approached was FDH Bank.
Officials say they also expect foreign guests from South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Tanzania and Kenya to attend the festival. Reporting for Zodiac, this is Christopher Sande.
We now turn to sports news. Social running group Joggers on the Move JOM has received a 2 million kwacha boost from Lab 20 Innovations towards the procurement of solar equipment at Matikenya Health Center in Ndowa District. Speaking during check presentation ceremony in Lilongwe, Lab 20 Innovations head of sales and marketing, Brian Banda, told Zodiac that they decided to support the drive considering the critical role the health sector plays to national development.
We realized that this was a crucial need. As you all know, that a hospital without electricity, it cannot run well. Just as they had elaborated that it accommodates 23,000 people. So 23,000 people without electricity, it's not fair. So as people, we know the need that electricity is needed at a hospital. So why we decided to give this money is because we are also giving back to the community as a part of us saying thank you. And at the same time, what we really liked about it is that they did not only think of their own fitness, but they also felt that these people, they need this thing. So they decided to make a move, and we are just helping them finish that move.
JOM Publicity Secretary Joab Frank Chakaza hailed Lab 20 Innovations, saying this year's support will allow them to provide solar-powered electricity at the rural health facility valued at 9.5 million kwacha.
Grateful to Lab 20 Innovations for the very generous donation that they have made today to Joggers on the Move. 2 million kwacha is a huge boost to our budget. We announced earlier on that we have organized a marathon that is taking place on Saturday, 3 August 2024. We initially planned to have this marathon in Ndowa, but we have shifted the marathon to Lilongwe, so it's going to be at Gateway Mall. However, our charity initiative remains unchanged. We are raising funds so that we can buy solar equipment to donate to a health center in a remote community in Ndowa called Matikenya Health Center. So far, the budget, because of the moving of the marathon from Ndowa to Lilongwe, it has gone down a bit, especially the operational costs for executing the marathon itself. So previously the budget was something around 18 million, but now because of the move it has come down to 13 million. However, the budget for the solar equipment purchase and installation remains the same. It was around 9.5 million. It is the budget for executing the marathon that has gone down. This is exciting because now when we do our calculations, you see that almost 20% of the total money that we are raising is the one that is going towards doing the marathon itself, but about 80% is going towards the charity initiative. As we are speaking, we have raised close to 10 million. We still have a deficit of about 3 million, but we are excited with the support that the corporate community is giving us, and we are certain beyond any reasonable doubt that our charity initiative in Ndowa is going to materialize. So we are very confident about that.
And well, that's about it. Bye.